that worked out beautifully. So yeah, today's our 6th meeting. This is October 28th, 2016. If you guys don't know what ACM is, I'm pretty sure I've seen you all at meetings before, so I'm not going to explain it. Let's go on. As always, I'm going to start off with our social media connections. Slack, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and our website. If you're not connected with us in these ways and you have these social media channels, please do so. Specifically Slack. For example, SIG Android over there uses it, and that might be it, but just get on there. Important stuff. Our meeting materials, for example, these PowerPoint slides, our meeting minutes, are all found at bit.ly/NJIT Fall 2016. That is case sensitive, so you do have to spell it like that. And then our meeting archives, such as this meeting and all of our past meetings, will be found at our YouTube page. Unfortunately, we do not have enough subscribers to have a custom link, so which is why I have a bit.ly link. Again, bit.ly/NJIT YouTube. Again, case sensitive, so you can watch all of our past meetings. Tutoring. I'm sure most of you know by now that we do offer tutoring for all CS, IT, and IS courses. So if you're in CS 280 right now, you probably came in at some point, probably yesterday, to get tutoring for the project due last night. Our schedule can be found at njit.acm.org under the tutoring or our calendar tab, or you can look at our smart display, which is the laptop folded in half on our door right next door. As always, I'm going to mention ACM student membership benefits. They're $19 a year. You have access to our Learning Center, which has online courses, books, and webinars. A lot of the books are books that are used for the CS and IT courses here. Access to research papers on their digital library, access to their Career and Job Center, and also you get a cool acm.org email address. It's $19 a year. You don't have to pay to become a member of our chapter, as most of you know by now. Just by being at this meeting, you are already a member of the NJIT chapter. But there are some cool benefits that go along with it. If you have some more questions, just talk to me afterwards. Hack NJIT. It's next Saturday, so a week from tomorrow. If you haven't already signed up, do so now. If you have friends that want to come, tell them to come. If they haven't signed up already, they can still sign up. These are some of our past sponsors. Again, some past pictures. This year, AdTech will be bringing, I believe, 7 Amazon Echoes to hack on for some specific prize that they'll be having at the hackathon. So if you've never used an Amazon Echo or you want to just play around with it, come. They'll have their own little tech talk in order to show you guys how to mess around with it and certain tools that you can use with it. HackNJIT.org is our website where you can go find out more information. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/HackNJIT, Twitter, Instagram, and if you'd like to volunteer, I believe we're only accepting volunteers up until probably Monday or Tuesday. So if you're in the Honors College and you need your 15 hours, you can get all 15 hours of on-campus volunteering at this one event. So if you have other friends in the Honors College that don't know about us and they'd like to get their hours done, send them that link, tell them to email acm@njit.edu, or, yeah. Open house. So I bring this up, I think, every week. A few people have shown interest. This next open house coming up is Sunday, November 20th. It's from 8:30 a.m. to noon. It's a great chance to, talk to prospective students, tell them what NJIT, specifically CCS, is about. It's a great way to improve your public speaking skills, make the Yingwu College of Computing look great, and you get a free GDS voucher. If you've never had GDS, it's the on-campus dining center. The food normally isn't that great, but on open houses, the food is phenomenal. So if you want one of these 3 things, or you just want some more volunteer hours, please come check us out. You can either go to that bit.ly link, you can talk to me at some point. Yeah, it's a good time. I'm going to bring this up every single week because I think this is very beneficial. Thanks to Bo, who brought this up to me like over a month ago. We have access to this website, Digital Tutors in Pluralsight, just by virtue of being an NJIT student. The steps to actually log in are listed here. This is Digital Tutors. This is Pluralsight. That's That's Pluralsight. It's kind of like a Lydia, Coursera type website with paid video courses, but you get it for free because you're an NJIT student. I've pretty much been telling people to sign up whenever I see anybody new. So if you haven't signed up already, please do so because you can only benefit from this. So yeah. Now Bo's gonna say something real quick.
Hi folks. So some of you may have gotten this in your email, hopefully all of you. These are the virtual reality classes being taught next semester. The two IT classes, the Oculus and the Daydream one, are being taught by Eric Nersessian. The last one, the Vive one, is being taught by Jess Nersessian over in COAD. The two IT ones, Eric, who's teaching them, that's what he does for a living. He works for the US Army and for a small, serious training site building virtual reality stuff. And I know that beyond these two classes, he's looking at next summer having interns come out to Picatinny Arsenal and develop serious virtual reality apps for the US Army training. Jess Nersessian, who's doing this one for educational game design, she specializes in user interface and user experience design. So she's going to be focusing largely on the idea of how do you make something and consider what changes to your application need to happen for virtual reality. They asked me if I would take a moment to talk about these because they were getting tons of emails from people who were asking basically, what are these supposed to be? How are they being taught? How do I know if I want to take them? If you're interested in VR, I heavily recommend taking one of them. There are no guarantees that they will be taught again. All of them are one-off classes currently. If you aren't sure if you meet the requirements for them, so long as you've done 113 or 114 in CS or IT, you have enough of a programming background to be able to cut any of them. The way that the classes are going to be taught is project-based. You're going to come up with what kind of project you want to do within the scope of the class. They're going to provide the equipment and talk to you about what your individual deliverables will be over the course of the semester. So it's a great chance for those of you who are interested to try to build something all your own that can go on your resume, that you can talk about with future employers, and that will line you up for potential internships and co-ops in the future. Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, check out Eric's classes. They're cool stuff. Upcoming workshops. So in the past, with the help of Nick right there, I've done the command line workshop and the Git workshop. So upcoming workshops, I'm going to have a C workshop based on the C programming language. It's going to be Wednesday, November 9th. Not sure about the location. I will try to get this conference room again. Not sure if I can get it though. The time is going to be sometime between 1 to 4 p.m. I get out of class at 1 p.m., so I could do it from any time there. And common hour goes from 2:30 to 5:30, but I probably don't want to do it later than 4. So again, one of those times, once I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. Then the following week, David brought up a GDB workshop. GDB stands for GNU Debugger. For the people standing outside, if they're trying to come in here, we do have some seats available. Don't be afraid to, hop squat. Kind of a fire hazard to stand by the door. Anyway, yeah. So GNU Debugger. If at any point you've been trying to figure out where your program breaks, you've probably just thrown in a bunch of print statements, which is what I call the poor man's debugger. So I'll go through a sort of intro on how to use GNU Debugger, which is built in, I believe, to most GNU or Unix environments. So yeah, again, the following week, Wednesday, November 16th, I'll try to get the same location, and it'll probably be at the same exact time, sometime between 1 to 4. So just stay tuned for the information on that. I'll probably send it through Serena, so you'll have more information on that. ACM Thanksgiving. So ACM Thanksgiving has been a tradition that's been running as long as Hack NJIT. So this will be our 3rd year doing it. Most of you probably know what Thanksgiving is. Well, the real meaning behind it is kind of important there. We like to bring in some food. Everyone usually tries to bring a dish. We'll have the CCS cafe all to ourselves. As you can see here, we have some ham, whatever that is, chips, some covered stuff. A lot of soda the first year. We got a ton of soda. In case you guys don't know, that's Anthony Pereira right there. It was his idea to start this 2 years ago, so we're continuing the tradition. So yeah, in case you guys haven't seen that really long whiteboard right next to the big wide whiteboard in front of the room, it says ACM Thanksgiving on it. ACM will be providing the turkey, so we'll be buying that. I'll be preparing it. I'm going to be bringing in some soda, maybe something else. I believe a few other people have listed things that they'll be bringing. But essentially, if you guys want to participate in it and you want to see this event be something big like the past few years, all you have to do is bring a dish. So you can just walk up to the whiteboard, put your name down and what you want to bring. Another thing is, typically we've held it the day before Thanksgiving, so that Wednesday before, that's like a Friday schedule. I'm thinking about sort of changing that, maybe do it the Friday before Thanksgiving, just because having 2 Thanksgiving meals back to back isn't necessarily the healthiest thing. So I also have a little poll option where you can just write a tally mark tick wherever you think would be the better day to hold it. Right now, I believe Friday before is winning 3-0 with the Wednesday before losing. So yeah, if you're interested in participating in this, just write your name down, talk to me afterwards, talk to Tariq. But it's a cool event. We invite professors who don't always come when it's on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, just because they're probably traveling somewhere to go see family or do something. But if we have it the Friday before, I have a feeling that a few more might show up. We have support from the dean and Serena, the dean's office in general. So yeah, all of CCS sort of gets involved. It's not just an ACM specific thing, but more of a College of Computing Sciences Thanksgiving. So yeah.
Do you know the date of that Friday?
I believe it is the 18th. Yeah, I think it's the 18th. It's written down on the board. There's a calendar on all of your phones. What's up?
What time would it run through?
I would probably be from 6 to 9. That's a good question. Just because most people, if they get out of class, it's at like 5:30. If you do have a 6 to 9 on Friday nights, I do apologize, but we'll try and save you a plate or two for when you get out of class. Or you can skip class, but I don't recommend that. But it is an option. So yeah, stay tuned. Go write your name down on the board, what you plan on bringing. Talk to Tariq or myself.
Do you want to bring up like the sponsorship idea?
Oh, right. That's a great thing. So yeah, so some of you guys live on campus, or some of you guys have like a 3-hour commute via train. So bringing food in might not be the greatest option for you. What you can do is sponsor someone else's dish. So, you know, you find somebody's dish on the board and you're like, I want to sponsor you. So you either provide them the materials or you can reimburse them for whatever money they spent on whatever food that they're making. So although you're not actually making the meal, you're still helping out in some form of way, which is still a nice way to get involved. Thank you for bringing that up. So you have more questions, just talk to me or Tariq afterwards, or write your name on the board in the office. E-board elections. So this is still a few weeks away, but it's still good to keep in mind. So unlike all other clubs on campus, or most other clubs on campus, our e-board terms run by the actual year and not by the semester year, you know, from fall to spring. We try and follow ACM Nationals guidelines to go from January all the way to December. So on November 18th, we'll be having nominations for people that want to run for so-and-so positions: president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, webmaster, and public relations officer. And then the elections will be the following meeting, which is December 2nd, because November 25th is Black Friday and we don't have school that day. The only requirements to become an e-board member is that you have to have at least a 2.5 GPA and you have to be considered an active member. So at least attend half of our meetings at the time. So right now we've had 6 meetings, right? So as long as you attend, I think it's either 3 or it might actually be 4 because you have to have greater than half. I'll double check on that, but yeah, just come to at least half of our meetings. At that time though, we'll have had 2 more meetings, so like 8 meetings or 9 meetings at that point, so you'll have had to have attended at least 5 meetings. If you want more information on the roles and duties of said e-board positions, you can go to our website, and under the Constitution tab, you'll see a nice little section, and that tells you what the president does, what the vice president does, treasurer, secretary, so on and so forth. So if you're interested in becoming an e-board member in ACM or just becoming active, a lot more active than you already may be right now, I think this is something good for you. You get to know professors, you get to know the dean, you get to be involved on campus with certain events, and you might be hosting these meetings yourself one day in the future. So if you have any more questions, talk to me afterwards, talk to Tariq, and I'll be bringing something up about this later on in the meeting, but continue. Decorate a plate. This kind of spontaneously happened, what was it, like 2 days ago? Was it Monday, Tuesday? Something like that. It was probably Wednesday, I think. We wanted to get a little bit festive, and we wanted to add some decorations on the board. If, in case you've noticed, whenever there's an event on campus, we always take the leftovers, which kind of leaves us with all these little plates, and I mean like stacks of them. Because most people, when they want to eat, they don't want to eat on a tiny plate. They take our bigger plates. So we decorated a few of the tiny plates, we hung them up on a cable, and now they're hanging up in the office. I like the idea so much that I want to decorate the entire office with plates. So, yes, it'll be good decorations. You can draw anything Halloween related, fall related, school related, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate related, and decorate them in the office. Now, to give a little bit more incentive, I want to say that, best decorated plate, or the one that wows me, Tariq, or whoever wants to be the judge the most, gets to take out an e-board member for lunch. I'm not going to say who, but there are some hints coming out. So, yeah, grab a plate, grab a Sharpie, we have some colored pencils, and please feel free to decorate a plate. Now I think we have SIGs. SIG Web Dev, Daniel.
Alright, so we're still waiting for a room in CKB, but we meet Wednesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6. From 4 to 5, I cover backend web dev with Python and Flask, and from 5 to 6, Ali covers front-end web dev. Recently, what the front-end web dev is doing is trying to come up with ideas so they can do during the NJIT hackathon. And this week I covered just the basic logging, like how log and get works on websites. And we didn't finish it. We're going to continue next week. And next slide. And today it's we're going to have SIG Linux in the ACM office from 3 to 4. Last week we covered some advanced Linux things, but this week we're going to cover some more advanced Linux things like piping output and redirecting. And that's it.
Cool, thank you. I think next is Jesse, if my memory serves right. Sweet. That's glorious, that's glorious.
So we didn't have a meeting last week, but the week before that we talked about hashing and salting. So we were going to continue that and finish talking about salting, but I decided that's not a topic too interesting and I'm trying to keep it fun. So next week we're going to talk about privilege escalation and also cross-site scripting. So the only thing you really need to know before you come to the meeting is maybe a little bit of HTML, because it'll make understanding privilege escalation a little bit better. If you don't know any JavaScript, XSS might be strange, but we shouldn't be going over too much programming. If those are interesting, come to our meeting next week at Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30.
Cool, thank you. Can't remember who's next. SIG Android, yeah, there you go. Come on down. Don't trip.
Hello. Our meetings are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 to 2:30. On Tuesday, Bo was there and he went over arrays because someone made a comment about arrays, so that's what we did. And then someone mentioned that they wanted to they wanted to make a tic-tac-toe app, so we discussed how we would do that. And then on Thursday, I wasn't actually there, but I think someone said they started it, but I'm not actually sure. So yeah.
Cool, thanks. Who's next? SIG Sound. Zaki unfortunately cannot make it. Well, he can make it on Fridays, but he chooses not to because he doesn't have classes. So yeah, He didn't actually meet this week because I don't think anyone showed up, so shame on you guys. So last week they covered FL Studio, MIDI keyboards. You guys can read the rest of this. I'm not going to read it. Next week goal is the same exact slide I showed you last week. Introduce the basics of synths, quick demo song, introduce sampling, more aesthetics. It's Wednesdays, 4 to 5:50, and now they have a room, FMH 108, so you have to walk across campus, but it's nice to get outside sometimes since we're all in here all the time. If you have any questions, email Zachy at zh74@njit.edu, and if you'd like to check out his SoundCloud, you go to soundcloud.com/hitsugata, HITSUGATA. Yeah. Next is game dev, or IGDA. Excuse me.
Hi. So this last Wednesday, IGDA did nothing because medical stuff. This Friday, we're meeting today, but we're expecting to be a bit light as we've sent 5 of our members to GamerCon in Atlantic City for Industry Day. Because we do things, because we're not a sucky SIG. We are currently on our Wednesday meetings, having our developmental meetings where we talk about new concepts and learn new skills. We've made it through most of the basic design concepts that we're going through for the semester, like depth versus complexity, basic models for a game, and soon, randomness and how they play into game design. Our next meeting, we're going to start shifting into the programming aspect and start building actual demos with Unity and some other basic SDKs. Our Friday meetings are progressing pretty reasonably. We're using them for organizational meetings. We're lining up speakers and workshops. And if everything goes as planned, it looks like we're going to be working with the Murray Center, the Diversity Office, the College of Computing Sciences, and about 6 other clubs on the BTW Game Jam, which is all about women in games and how they're portrayed and how they could be portrayed better. So, yay, fun, spring shit.
Thank you. All right, next, I believe is me, but I'm not sure. It's me. All right, SIG Algorithm, we meet Thursdays from 1 to 2:30 in this room. My email is ejp9@njit.edu. Website is, my AFS webpage /ALG. This week we did some whiteboard coding right over there from problems from cracking the coding interview. Next week we're going to be doing mock interviews. And probably the following 2 weeks we'll be doing that, so actual one-on-one mock interviews. Now, I'm probably going to need some help, so if anybody in here wants to help with mock interviews, because I'm going to need a few more people to help me, so we don't sit there for like 3 hours and I only get 3 people done. So yeah, if you're interested in having a mock interview with myself and some other person, come check us out. I'll probably be going over some problems from cracking the coding interview or some other website online. If you want practice, if you're graduating, or if you have some interviews coming up, good practice is good. Yeah, if you have any more questions, talk to me afterwards. And that's it. Okay, wait. Not yet. Sorry. Manish has something to say, wherever he is. Over there.
Hey,
Wait.
guys.
Come stand here.
Yeah.
People on stream gotta watch.
If I gotta walk up, you gotta walk up.
I'll do later. Watch the game.
What?
Watch 2 games.
Hey, so guys, we're looking for positions in the Senate. Are any of you guys IS majors? WIS majors? No. Business management majors?
You should try IS Club.
IS club?
I don't get
When do they meet?
What?
When do they meet?
Do they really? Yeah.
I didn't even know there was an IS club until now.
Wow.
Wow.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Have a good day.
I do have a few more things to say. Just a PSA from Angel. If you guys don't know Angel, she's in the 4400 suite. She's a really nice secretary, unless you get on her bad side. She can get really mean. Basically, it's just if you come into one of these rooms and you don't have the room reserved, get out. She doesn't like when people come in here and mess up the room, get it dirty. So we have a privilege of being here. Not a lot of students can get this room. It's usually only professors or anybody in the College of Computing Sciences. So try to treat the room with respect that you would your own home or any other place. Same goes with 4416 and 4420. If you see it empty, but you just want to go in there and study, don't. Talk to Angel first. She's probably going to say no, though. Yeah, just a message from her. Other thing. So Manish brought up the fact that we have an open PR position, which is true. Last year we had elections. One person ran for it. They weren't eligible because they weren't an active member, so we kind of just left the spot unfilled, and we kind of just filled in where we needed to. So technically we do have an open PR position right now, and I think Manish showed interest in running for it. Yes, no? And if anybody else is interested in running for it, now's the chance when you can come up and talk to us and tell us why you want to be in the PR position. And then next week we'll have a more official vote. But you can start us off if you want.
Just, what do you want me to say?
I don't know, but from up there.
Yeah, you got to come up here and
What are the requirements?
like I mentioned, 2.5 GPA. So yeah, technically freshmen can't run right now because you'll be filling in this semester. So you don't have a GPA, but because our terms start in the following semester, you can run for next year because at that point you will have a GPA. So just a quick thing to throw in there.
Hey guys, once again, I'm Manish. I'm gonna be running for the PR position for the ACM. I know it's a pretty small college, of course, and we're pretty good. We're a pretty big organization. I want people to know how big we are and what we can do, which is why I want to be part of the PR position. PR mainly, takes care of social media and everything, the basic stuff, right? So if we're active on social media, people know what we're all about. We'll get more members. We'll get a little more respect and whatnot. We'll be known as a bigger club because right now people look up to Nesby and Shep like they're the highest too. We should be up there too. We're a huge organization. The whole world knows us. We're big in the nation, so we should be able. Yeah, exactly. Fist up. Thank you.
Hey.
Should let people know who we are and what we're all about. So that's why I want to be running this position. I'm hoping to be very active on the social media websites that we have. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Post stuff like weekly. I want to post stuff for Hack NJIT. Let people know what we do on Thanksgiving. Just to give people a feeling that we're out there. We're a big organization. We're not just, a little club. We're actually really big. So that's my main goal. I know it's only 1 month till we re-elect, and I'm hopefully probably going to run for the position next year as well, so I can continue from this for this month. So hopefully I can get your vote. Thank you.
If anyone else is interested in running for the position, you can raise your hand now, come up and talk about it. Otherwise, Manish runs unopposed, and he gets the position. Not to say that we don't want Manish there, but
They don't want me there.
We want you there.
anybody else interested? Sort of wanna. Is that interest or not? It's a swipe in. All right. Well, unofficial, but you got the position. We'll have a vote next week. More official vote. Let me think if I had any other things to bring up. No, so yeah, if you haven't swiped in already, have any questions, comments, concerns, now's the time to do so. A little quick scan, yes, no, maybe so. All right, meeting over, take some candy, swipe in, enjoy.
Open his docs.